Good afternoon and welcome to the lunch edition of MBC News with me, Hilda Ngomano. Our top stories. Minister of Finance presents midterm budget review statement announcing tough measures to achieve economic recovery. Mzuzu City Council urges Road Traffic Directorate to enforce registration of Kabaza motorcycle operations to curb motorcycle accidents. And in sports, Poacher's head coach names a 25-member squad for next week's Three Nations tournament at Bingo National Stadium in Lilongwe. Thanks for joining us. The Minister of Finance has revised upwards the 2025-2026 national budget by 512.6 billion kwacha from 8.077 trillion to 8.589 trillion kwacha. Minister of Finance Joseph Mwanamveka told Parliament that the budget has been revised upwards due to financial mismanagement presided over by the previous administration. Mwanamveka has also introduced new tax measures to enhance revenue collection to boost, among others. Mzuzu City Council has launched the construction of the 1.3 billion kwacha Mzuzu Airport Road. Mzuzu City Mayor Chembegezo Moses says once completed, the road will boost the tourism industry in and around Mzuzu City. Blessings Gondwe has a report.
Speaking during the launch, Mzuzu City Mayor said the road is crucial as it will ensure that visitors travel smoothly when entering the city after landing at the airport. He says the council will closely monitor the project so that it is completed within the 4 months schedule.
This road is very important. As you can see, this road is going to airport. So airport is one of the tourism sector in this city. So if this road is implemented, which means everything is okay.
Consultant for JAGS Engineering Limited, Christopher Kankwamba, says the current road will be dismantled and get replaced with a concrete one that is able to withstand the high water table which the area experiences.
This road is about 600 meters. That's the total distance, and its width is 10 meters. It will involve leaping off the existing road to about 0.3 meters, and the subbase will be we are going to use gravel materials about 0.1 meters. After doing the road bed preparation, we are going to bring in the base will be made of concrete. So the concrete will be about 0.15 meters as well.
The road starts from Zagwa turn-off to the airport. The project is funded under the council's road rehabilitation program. Blessings Gondwe, MBC News, Mzuzu.
Hope for People with Disabilities in Malawi, Midterm, has called for inclusivity in social life and development among people with disabilities in the country, adding disability is not inability. Midterm Executive Director Waita Gondwe was speaking in Mzuzu during a stakeholders meeting. Alex Mwangosi has filed this report.
Realizing the gaps, the 2024 Disability Act, Hope for People with Disabilities in Malawi, Midterm, in collaboration with the Mzuzu City Council, has formulated some bylaws to bridge the same. Speaking in Mzuzu during an interface meeting, Midterm Executive Director Waita Gondwe says different stakeholders need to play their rightful roles in the implementation of the bylaws.
The infrastructures, they are not user-friendly. And again, even the new infrastructures, they are not putting in the user-friendly, like elevators, the lamps, and even the roads to have the paths for people with disabilities to be moving free.
Mzuzu City Deputy Mayor Councillor Chembegezo Mvula says the council will soon put in place implementation strategies to enforce the bylaws to ensure maximum protection, of the rights of people with disabilities.
The council will go into our service committee. In the council, there is a planning committee. The works committee will discuss these issues in those committees so that we'll come up with one resolution.
Among other things, people with disabilities need user-friendly infrastructure, access to loans, and sign language interpreters in public institutions, including hospitals and courts. HOPDAM is implementing the Rights for People with Disabilities project with financial assistance from Langanisa Institute for Development in Southern Africa.
People in the country have been urged to remain vigilant and watch their cyberspace critically from scammers and hackers as the world is going digital. Head of Computer Emergency Response Team, CERT, under Macra, Christopher Banda said this at Mzuzu University during an interface meeting with students on cybersecurity. Jackson Sichali with the details.
Realizing subtle schemes and tactics of hackers and scammers on different social media platforms, Computer Emergency Response Team, SAIT, under the Malawi Regulatory Authority, MACLA, has embarked on a campaign to raise awareness on how Malawians can protect themselves from such illegal practices. Speaking during an interface meeting with ICT students at Mzuzu University, head of SAIT at MACRA, Christopher Banda, said many people are not aware on how they can protect their online platforms, hence the need to sensitize them. He further said the cyberspace needs to be handled with caution as the world is going digital to make sure that digital users, including companies, are safe when using the services.
What also brings online safety awareness to see how best you can still remain safe while you are surfing on the internet. So, in general, what is key is the awareness which need to be put across at all level, from an individual level and also from organization and also at national level, where we are looking at policies, laws, and all those.
Lecture in ICT at Mzuzu University, Joseph Kumenda held SAIT for the timely intervention, which he said will help the youth who in most cases are victims of several attacks when using the cyberspace.
The cyber drills bring out the awareness to students of real life scenarios or attack scenarios that may help students to understand what are cybersecurity challenges or attacks they may encounter in the real world. So this event is very critical and very important.
Patience Kasawala, a level 4 student doing data science at Mzuzu University, said the awareness is key in helping young people to identify right pages and right information to be posted or shared.
Here in Malawi, a lot of people are being bullied on internet in different ways. Others they are being scammed. Others they are being their pictures are being used for bad things on the internet, which they are affecting their mental health psychologically. They are affected because they are not able to associate with others because they have been attacked by people who wanted their pictures to expose them on the internet.
Meanwhile, SET says will continue with the sensitization campaign in different schools to equip the country's future leaders with relevant knowledge and skills. Jackson Sejali, MBC News, Mzuzu.
Mzuzu Mayor Chembekezo Moses has advised law enforcers and the Road Traffic Directorate to enforce registration of Kabaza motorcycles and deal with motorcyclists who refuse to adhere to traffic rules in a bid to reduce road accidents. Moses made them remarks during an interaction with motorcycle operators in Mzuzu. Meklin Nachiro has compiled this report.
In Malawi, road accidents involving motorcycles are a significant public safety concern, with factors such as overspeeding, reckless driving, overloading, and unlicensed riders contributing to the accidents. Speaking during an interaction with motorcycle operators in Mzuzu, Mzuzu City Mayor Chembekezo Moses vowed to implement strategies that will help reduce road accidents in the city.
We would like to engage the Kabaza operators so that the outcome can be good if you operate them. If you engage them. You need engagement first.
Moses Malabu, chairperson of the Malawi Coalition of Kabaza Stakeholders Association, emphasized that law enforcement is the only way to bring sanity to the sector.
You have heard him, his worship saying that he has authorized the police as well as I can say law enforcers to start impounding all the non-registered motorcycles, all the operators who are operating without license, and those who are carrying more than one customers. They should be impounded.
Maurice Mavumbe, Regional Road Transport Officer for the North at the Directorate of Road Traffic and Safety Services, said they will continue to register and license motorcyclists in the region.
This is not a beginning, but it's a continuation. As you have heard, we started it, but mainly maybe it was the implementation that was lacking. So to us, as you have heard, because we'll be working in cooperation with our colleagues, so like the police, the city, so I'm sure our city will bring sanity in terms of transport in our city, thereby reducing the number of road crashes.
The Malawi Police Service reported a 14% increase in road accidents involving motorcycle taxis during the first quarter of 2025. Meklina Chirwa, MBC News, Mzuzu.
Remember, you're watching the lunch edition of MBC News. A reminder of our top stories. Minister of Finance presents midterm budget review statement announcing tough measures to achieve economic recovery. Mzuzu City Council urges Road Traffic Directorate to enforce registration of Kabaza motorcycle operations to curb motorcycle accidents. And in sports, Coach's head coach names a 25-member squad for next week's Three Nations tournament at Bingu National Stadium in Lilongwe. Welcome back. Malawi has rolled out bicycle distribution exercise to community volunteers to reduce mobility challenges for forestry restoration champions and volunteers in the area of Traditional Authority Jalasi in Mangochi. The initiative is being implemented in partnership with World Bicycle Relief, WBR. Francis Banda has filed this report read by Geoffrey Chinawa.
Speaking with the MBC, Malawi project manager Chimwemwe Graham said distribution of bicycles will go a long way in enhancing mobility for volunteers to the restoration sites, as most of them are women who had been traveling long distances to get to their forestry restoration sites. Graham said through the initiative, 100 buffalo bicycles will be distributed to community volunteers across 10 traditional authorities in Mangochi district to support the restoration initiative. He said through the initiative, Malawi is working with the volunteers to plant trees that will help mitigate the impact of climate change and weather adversities in the district.
We had a very big challenge in terms of mobility of these restoration volunteers. But then now I think because these volunteers, some of them would be operating within a radius of more than 10 kilometers. Some of them maybe 15 kilometers. So this support of the pushing back is going to ease their mobility. And this is in line with the aims of World Bicycle Relief, because it's working with Malawi in terms of supporting us to ease the mobility of the community of volunteers.
One of the beneficiaries, Mariam Majidu, acknowledged the mobility challenges and has since commended the partnership of Malawi and World Bicycle Relief for distributing the bicycles.
These bicycles will help us a lot. Some of the distances we go are too long to go on foot. Now we are happy that we will be reaching our workplaces easily.
Malawi says its strong partnerships with World Bicycle Relief will drive sustainable change to support mobility, build resilience, and contribute towards environmental conservation. The distribution of bicycles is expected to proceed to other remaining 9 traditional authorities.
SOS Children's Village has described inadequate research on customer needs and expectations as one of the challenges affecting smooth operations of business established by small and medium enterprises, SMEs, in the country. Mzuzu SOS Children's Village Executive Director Paul Nyirongo made the remarks during the closing of an SMEs training in Mzimba for 150 operators drawn from the area of Nkosi Kampingo Suande in the district. More in this report by Grant Mahango.
The informal micro enterprises are a major part of the private sector in Malawi. According to the 2019 Malawi FinCorp MSME survey, there were almost 1.6 million micro, small and medium-sized enterprises in the country, with 74% being micro enterprises, 23% small enterprises, and only 3% medium enterprises. Realizing the challenges of sustainability due to inadequate research on customer needs, Mzuzu SOS Children's Village, in partnership with the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Institute, CIMED, is training SMEs from the area of Nkosi Kampingo Suande in Mzimba on financial literacy and research aspects. Mzuzu SOS Children's Village Executive Director Paul Nyirongo describes the trainings as key in the development of SMEs.
And this is the reason why we are able to train them. The colleagues from CIMED were able to train them on how to sustain their businesses across the seasons. It should not just be seasonal businesses. And most of the times it's because of the failure to calculate whether they are making profit or not.
Mzuzu Small and Medium Enterprises Development Institute CIMED training officer Chimwemwe Bota says that the trainings are key in promoting the growth of SMEs in the country.
For the participants, I encourage them that when they use these, they use the trainings that they have accessed and apply them in their businesses. Really, their businesses are going to grow.
And a participant during the training, Peter Nsini, views the training as an eye-opener on the smooth running of their businesses.
Research is very, very necessary, because if we do a research, we can operate a business which we want properly.
The 3-week training on business management and entrepreneurship drew participants from the areas of Enyezini, Chivanga, and Matuli in the district. Grant Mwango, MBC News, Mzuzu.
And in sports, the Malawi National Council of Sports says the 2025 Malawi Sport Awards will take place on February 27 next year in Salima. The awards consist of 16 categories. Praise Majawa reports.
According to the Director of Marketing Limbani Matola, the event's nomination period will run from December 1 to January 10. Matola said this in his presentation to the sports associations in Blantyre. New this year is the inclusion of a Hall of Fame and Technical Official of the Year categories. The awards will recognize outstanding achievements in various categories, including National Teams of the Year, Juniors, People with Disabilities, Journalists, and Administrators.
We're going to receive nominations from national sport associations and sport journalists. From after this process, there will be shortlisting stage. This will be on 14th and 15th. This is where we're going to look at eligibility of the nominees who have been shortlisted. And the next stage, the third stage, is adjudication stage. Adjudication stage will happen on 17th and 18th January. Following the adjudication stage, we will have 3 topmost nominees from each of the 16 categories.
National Director of Special Olympics Malawi, Inedi Mauluka, admitted that the associations have been missing some processes of nomination.
Talking in general regarding all associations, a lot of associations have really not been submitting athletes Malawi Sport Awards nominations, but we believe that through this presentation, things are going to be more athletes from now on.
Various sports associations were present at the unveiling of the annual awards. Praise Majawa, MBC Sport Blantyre.
Still in sports, Scorchers head coach Lovemore Fazili has named a 25-member squad for next week's Three Nations tournament at Bingo National Stadium in Lilongwe. Fazili has retained 24 of the 25 players who featured in the recent WAFCON qualifiers against Angola, with the only change being the inclusion of FCB Nyasa Big Bullets goalkeeper Togozani Mwase, who replaces Yamikani Kaunga of MDF Lioness after she was ruled out through injury. Captain Tabitha Chawinga has been included, while her sister Temwa is ruled out as she is nursing an injury.
Chances are there for the players who are doing well in the National League, and the door is not closed. I've taken the same players who played the Angola games because the results and the performance is still fresh. So the same players who were supposed to participate in the Nation tournament because they have played together, at least in the previous matches. So there's no need for me to make any replacement or to bring other new players to join the squad, because I'm not in the process of trying players, but I'm just doing the continuity of the team ahead of WAFCON matches. So my answer is that one. Whoever is doing fine from the National League, I think it will be asked to join us, but it's not that I'm going to change the team unless there are some issues. Some players can get injured, some can become sick, so maybe you can have that opportunity of bringing other players. But I have to be honest with you, there's no need for me to change or to try other players.
Well, that item concludes this edition of MBC News. A reminder of our top stories. Minister of Finance presents midterm budget review statement announcing tough measures to achieve economic recovery. Mzuzu City Council urges Road Traffic Directorate to enforce registration of Kabaza motorcycle operations to curb motorcycle accidents. And in sports, Coach's head coach names a 25-member squad for next week's Three Nations tournament at Bingo National Stadium in Lilongwe. For more on these and other stories, visit our digital platforms by scanning the QR code at the top right corner of your TV screen. You are with me, Hilda Ngomano. Thanks for watching and good afternoon.